Today we're going to talk about commitment and what that means to be committed. So this is called the Commitment Continuum. You can see we have 6 different words on here, 6 different levels of commitment. But before we dive deep into this and what these mean, I'd ask you to take a second and pause the video. Pause the video and ask yourself, what does it mean to be committed? And if you're someone that thinks that you're committed to your cause, to your game, to your sport, to your profession, whatever it is, write down what it is that means commitment. What do you do on a daily basis that shows that you're committed? Then after you finish that, let's go ahead and resume and let's get into the nitty-gritty of what commitment is. I think a lot of times athletes specifically love talking about how committed they are and how they love the grind and the process. But what I've come to find out is that's really just a lot of fluff. And it looks good on social media, right? To say that you're committed and the hours you're putting in. And too often, athletes are more worried about that image and what it looks like rather than actually being committed. So when we look at what committed means, commitment means doing everything that you're asked of plus more. So we're doing plus more. So commitment means everything plus. Right? So it's that additional work. You're doing everything that your coach asks of you, but then you're doing extra work. So you're doing everything. You're showing up on time. You're getting up however many shots they said during the week. You're getting to practice. You're doing your recovery. Whatever coach asks, you're doing everything plus. Now, compliant is probably what most people think commitment is. When we're compliant, we're just doing everything that we're told. And that's the minimum, right? We're doing everything we're told, nothing more, nothing less. That's the minimum effort that we put into to complete everything that coach asks of us. So a lot of times we talk about commitment and most people are probably compliant, but most people actually probably fall below that because most people don't do everything that coach asks of you. They say be here 15 minutes early. They say get your stretching done before. Get up a certain amount of shots, get in the weight room, get your recovery. Everything that coach asks of you is being compliant. Then we said commitment is doing everything coach asks of you plus more. And then all the way to the right is what's called compelled. You're doing everything plus more, but you're doing it with passion. So compliance is just everything the coach asks of you. Commitment is everything plus more. And the compelled is doing everything plus more, but with passion. When we start to think of a compelled athlete, we think of someone like a Michael Jordan, like a Kobe Bryant. The guys that wanted to put in that extra work, but they also enjoyed doing it. There's a great story of Kobe getting in the gym and Kenny the Jet Smith walking in to get his shots up, and Kobe's already, dripping in sweat in a full workout. And then Kenny stays for an hour and a half, 2 hours getting his shots up, and Kobe stays that entire time. And when he met afterwards, he said, Kobe, why did you work so hard? And he just got the message across that, you weren't gonna come to my gym and outwork me, right? So he's doing everything that coach asked of him. He's doing more. He's getting shots up, but now he's doing it with passion, right? There's some fire. There's some commitment to what he's doing. So we take a second and ask yourself, are you committed? Are you even compliant? Are you doing everything that coach is asking of you? Because most of the time we're not even compliant. So don't worry about being committed until you can be compliant. And this is a continuum. So one day you might end up more on this side. One day you might be more on this side. But it's going to fluctuate a little. And hopefully you're closer on this green side. Now when we look over here on this left side, existent is when we check in and we check out. So we have someone checking in and out. So this is really hard to trust. This is someone that works hard sometimes when they want to. Maybe when they're playing well, they work a little harder. When they're scoring a little bit more, they play a little harder on defense, right? They're in a good mood. Things are good. But all of a sudden, it's a drill they don't like. They turn the ball over. Well, now their commitment level isn't quite where it was, right? They're checking in and out depending on how they feel. It's more of an emotional thing. Now, this is a really hard teammate to trust because if I don't know what effort they're going to give, I don't know if they're showing up or they're not showing up, right? So a lot of us probably fall closer in this category of sometimes we check in, sometimes we check out, sometimes we do everything that coach asks of us. And that's okay, right? This isn't to say that you are a better person if you're more on the right or if you're a worse person on the left. This is really just a look in the mirror at yourself. Where do you fall on this, right? Are you compliant? Are you committed? Are you existent? Where do you go on here? So then from existent, we move to reluctant. And this is kind of reality setting in. So when reality sets in, I might realize that I don't know if I really want to work that hard because I might not get a ton of playing time. I might not get the minutes. I might not get the results that I want. And I'm not sure if that's worth it. And this happens a lot, right? You think you're someone that's going to play a lot and you end up being the 8th, 9th person on the bench and you're not getting the minutes you want. So your commitment drops, right? Reality setting in and you're reluctant to do what's needed or what's asked of you, right? You're not doing everything coach asks of you. You're really reluctant to do that. It's really a pain. It's a struggle to try to do those things. And then our last thing is resistant. This is someone that is not listening. They want nothing. They want no part of what you're doing, right? They want nothing to do with that team. They're reluctant. They're resistant to what coach is saying, to what teammates are saying. No one can get across from them. But really, they just want no part of what you're doing. So they're really not doing, what coach is asking. So like I just mentioned, this isn't okay, you're a better person over here, you're a worse person over here. This is just, hey, how committed are you? Because a lot of times we might have goals and our goals are really far up here. So we have these high goals, but if we look, our work ethic is all the way down here. So how am I going to get to this goal if I have work ethic that's down here? So if I'm thinking about my commitment and where I am, I can't have these high, lofty goals and want to be achieving first team all conference and someone that's scoring all the points and someone that's a starter if I have left side commitment. If I have right side commitment, now I'm a lot better chance to meet those goals, right? So I can't, and again, I'll say it a million times, this isn't you're a good person, you're a bad person, but I can't have these lofty goals with really bad work ethic. So I have two options. Option number one, I can change my goal. So when I change my goal, it's okay if I'm on that left side of the commitment continuum because I'm going to bring that goal down. Maybe my goal is to just be on the team. And to be on the team, I can be reluctant, I can be existent, I can be somewhere over there and it wouldn't be a worry, right? So option one, I change what my goal is and I match that work ethic. So instead of my goal being up here, I bring that goal down here. Or option number two, I change my commitment. I really want that goal. I do want to be a first team all conference player. I want to be a starter. I want to be the leading scorer. I want to win a championship. I have these lofty, big goals. Okay, well then I just need to change my work ethic. And there's a number of ways that we can come about this, how we can change from being not committed to being committed. Talk about things like habits, our daily habits, building a process out. There's a lot of different things, but first I just need to ask myself, where am I on that continuum? Am I on this right side or am I on the left side? And then after I see where I am, I'm going to look at my goals and then decide, do I need to either change my goal or do I need to change my commitment? Because as we work here, this is going to change day to day. This might change throughout your year, throughout your career. But I always want to see, where am I and where am I with my goals? Where am I on that commitment? Where am I with my goals? And there's not many athletes that I've come across as an athlete, as an athletic trainer, as a strength coach, that are compelled. A lot of kids think they're compelled. I'll ask this question, are you committed? Everyone's committed, right? Are you compelled? A bunch of people are compelled. And I'll tell you what, that's a lie. Because a lot of those kids that say they're compelled are hardly compliant or existent. And that's the harsh truth. But it's not an opinion, right? It's either you're doing everything coach asks of you or you're not. You're doing everything coach asks of you plus more or you're not. You're doing everything coach asks of you plus more, and you're doing it with passion, or you're not, right? This becomes pretty black and white. So if you are someone that has big goals and you have big dreams of things you want to do, ask yourself where you are on your commitment scale or your commitment continuum. And if you're someone that's leaning more on that left side, maybe we need to adapt and start doing some more things on the right side. Maybe I need to talk to my coach and understand what it means to be committed. Maybe I need to find someone, a teammate, a coach, a role model, someone that's on this right side, and pick their brain and just kind of see what they do that is different than what I do. So again, this is a reflection of in the mirror. This is a look at yourself, just to ask yourself, where is my commitment? And you can't get upset about not reaching your goals if your commitment isn't there. So those two options, change that commitment level or change that goal. But either way, I hope this is something that you found helpful to actually put a definition to what commitment means, right? Instead of just saying I'm committed, I actually have definitions on things so I can check in and say, today I wasn't really committed. Today I was compliant. I didn't do anything more, but I at least did everything coach asked of me. Or you know what? Usually I'm on that right side, but today I wasn't feeling it and I was kind of existing. I was checking in, checking out. This is a great way to evaluate yourself, evaluate your teammates, right? If you have big, lofty goals, you want to be a champion, you want to make it to college, you want to make it to these levels, you have to be honest with yourself. And when you can look in the mirror and say where you are on this, now you at least have a starting point. If you never ask yourself if you're committed and can line it up, you never know where you are. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you can take something from this commitment continuum. Details will be in the caption where you can find some more info on this commitment. Please, if you enjoyed the video, give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and reach out. If you're someone that wants to dive more into this, if you're someone that's interested in this stuff, please don't hesitate to reach out to Conquer Human Performance. Thanks, and enjoy your day.